The ballroom shimmered with gold chandeliers, laughter, and champagne. Every table screamed wealth. But in that sea of diamonds stood Aaliyah, a young black waitress balancing trays with quiet grace, invisible to everyone until Cole, the groom and billionaire tech giant, locked eyes on her. "Hey, sweetheart," he sneered loud enough for the guest to smirk. "You ever played the violin? Maybe you can give us some entertainment for a real tip." Laughter rippled through the crowd. Aaliyah froze, her pulse pounding. She had played violin once at Juilliard, before life, and Bills dragged her from the stage to serving tables. Cole wasn't done. "Come on, I'll pay you $50 if you don't make our guests' ears bleed." The bride, Ashley, whispered. Cole stopped, but he grinned wider, feeding on humiliation. Cameras lifted. Someone whispered, "Record this." Aaliyah's hands tightened around the tray. Her pride wanted to walk away. Her soul told her to stand tall. Every second stretched like fire. The room waited for her reaction. She finally looked up, voice calm but cutting. $50? How about I play something worth your reputation?" The laughter died. If this already made your blood boil, hit like and subscribe right now, because stories like this are still happening, and the world needs to hear them. Aaliyah stepped back into the kitchen, her heart still pounding. The clatter of dishes and the chatter of staff drowned out the laughter that had echoed in her head. She forced a smile as her supervisor passed by, pretending everything was fine, but her fingers trembled. She hadn't touched a violin in years, not since her father died, and the bill swallowed every dream she had. The catering team whispered about what had happened. "That guy's an idiot," one said quietly. Another replied, "Yeah, but he's rich, so who cares?" Aaliyah did. Every word, every chuckle, burned like acid. She slipped out of sight, leaning against a cold marble wall near the ballroom entrance. Through the archway, she could see Cole laughing with his friends, glass in hand, completely unfazed. His bride, Ashley, avoided looking at him. Her smile stretched thin. Aaliyah closed her eyes. Music had always been her voice when words failed, and right now, she wanted to scream through strings. The memory of her old violin, the same one her father bought when she was 10, flashed in her mind. Maybe, just once more, she thought. Maybe tonight wasn't about humiliation. Maybe it was about reclaiming her sound. The ballroom lights dimmed as the couple prepared for their first dance, but Cole wasn't done making a scene. He clinked his glass and shouted, "Wait, everyone, our waitress here says she can play the violin." Heads turned, phones lifted. Aaliyah froze at the center of the room, 100 rich faces staring. Cole smirked. "Come on, sweetheart, $50 if you play something without making our guests leave." Whispers filled the air. Someone laughed. This should be good. The bride, Ashley, looked away, embarrassed but silent. A waiter quietly handed Aaliyah an old violin that had been meant for decoration near the bandstand. The strings were dusty, but familiar. Her heartbeat thundered in her chest. Cole leaned closer, his voice dripping arrogance. "You sure you know which end to hold?" Aaliyah's hands trembled, not from fear, but anger. She had swallowed 1,000 small insults in her life. But this one was different. This was about every time someone looked at her skin and decided her worth. She drew in a deep breath and met his stare. "I'll play," she said softly. "But remember, you asked for this." The crowd chuckled. Cole leaned back, smirking. "Let's see the show." As Aaliyah lifted the bow, the room fell silent. The first note sliced through the air like lightning, sharp, defiant, alive. If this happened right in front of you, what would you do? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you want justice as much as I do, hit subscribe. The bow touched the strings, and every breath in the room stopped. The first notes came low and trembling, like a storm forming far away. Then Aaliyah's fingers danced, her bow sweeping faster, fuller, until sound filled every corner of the ballroom. Her music wasn't polite or pretty. It was power, rage, and beauty poured together. Each note told her story. The years of struggle, the late-night serving tables, the racism, the pain, the silence she endured. Now it all roared back as melody. Guests who had been laughing now stood frozen. Even Ashley, the bride, covered her mouth in awe. One man whispered, "She's not just playing, she's speaking." Cole's grin faded. His champagne glass trembled in his hand. The same arrogance that mocked her minutes ago now cracked into disbelief. Aaliyah spun into a final crescendo, her hair catching the golden light, her bow moving like fire. The music exploded in one last fierce note that shook the chandeliers. Then silence. For a full heartbeat, no one moved. Then applause erupted, thunderous, unstoppable, raw. People shouted her name. Someone screamed, "Encore!" Cole's face turned pale. His empire of confidence shattered in front of everyone. And for the first time that night, Aaliyah smiled. The applause hadn't even faded when the first phone notifications buzzed. Guests who'd filmed Aaliyah's performance started posting the clip online. Shot up within minutes. Her name spread across social feeds faster than champagne bubbles. Cole tried to laugh it off, but the murmurs grew. "That was real talent," someone whispered. "And he mocked her?" The billionaire's smug grin faltered as eyes turned cold around him. Ashley stepped away, her face pale. "Cole," she hissed, "you humiliated her on our wedding night." In the corner, an older black man in a tailored suit, Malik, approached Aaliyah. "I haven't heard a tone like that since Juilliard," he said softly. "You played with soul, girl. Don't ever let anyone take that from you again." She managed a faint smile, breath shaking. "I just wanted him to stop." Malik nodded. "You did more than that. You exposed him." By the time the night ended, Cole's phone was blowing up with notifications, news sites already running with a headline. "Racist billionaire humiliates black waitress. Gets schooled in front of hundreds." Aaliyah stepped outside into the cold air, the sound of applause still echoing behind her. She didn't know what would come next, but for once, she didn't feel small. She felt seen. Cole found her outside near the valet, the night air sharp against the weight of his silence. His designer suit looked out of place now, like armor on a fallen man. "Aaliyah," he said quietly, "wait, please." She turned, her eyes calm but cold. "You've had your show, Mr. Cole. What more do you want?" "I owe you an apology," he began, his voice trembling. "I was wrong. I saw your skin and your uniform, and I thought that meant something about who you were. I was ignorant." Aaliyah folded her arms. "Ignorant is when you don't know better. You knew. You just didn't care." He swallowed hard. "Let me make it right. I'll pay you, sponsor you, whatever you need." She cut him off. "I don't need your money. I need respect. And that's not something you can buy." Cole's eyes fell to the ground. "You're right," he whispered. "But I can start by learning from this." "Then do that," she said softly. "Not for me. For every person you've ever looked down on." For once, the billionaire who had everything had no words left, only shame. And as she walked away, his reflection in the glass doors looked smaller than it ever had before. Aaliyah walked away from the mansion lights. The winter wind brushed her face like a soft applause. Her fingers still burned from the strings, but her heart felt lighter than it had in years. Across the street, Malik caught up, holding out his business card. "There's a seat waiting for you in the city orchestra," he said. "The world finally heard your voice tonight. Don't let it go quiet again." She smiled, tears glistening under the streetlight. For the first time, her father's violin hadn't just carried sorrow, it carried victory. Back inside, Cole watched her silhouette fade into the night. His phone buzzed again. Another headline, another consequence. But this time he didn't look away. Aaliyah kept walking, not as a waitress, but as a musician reborn. If you believe this should never happen again, share this now. And to my USA, UK, and Canadian viewers, your voice is power. Use it